everybody, welcome to your last chapter before the start of your summer. Now this last chapter has nothing to do with lines. We are finally moving on from lines. Now I would highly recommend that over the summer you review some of the information about lines because you will be spending a lot of time focusing on lines in grade 10. And like I said before, there's one skill for you to take away from grade 9 math. It's being able to draw lines and from y equals mx plus b. Okay, so chapter 7 is all about ratios, percents, and proportions. Okay? And there's no quiz, but we are going to culminate this chapter with a shopping assignment, which I will explain in the very last video. Okay? So 7a, ratios in simplest form. So all we're doing today is pretty straightforward. It's quite a breeze. All we're doing today is making fractions simpler. So what do I mean by that? Well, that means if I look at that, 8 over 4, okay? Or sorry, let's go 4 over 8. You can immediately associate that with saying it's the same thing as 1 over 2, right? 1 half. Half of 8 is 4. If we get 4 slices out of the 8 possible slices, you're getting half the pizza. Today, what we're going to do is focus on how do I get from here to here mathematically. This is easy to see, but if I had something that was, 8 out of 64, what is that the same as? It's the same as 1/8. Okay, so you get 1/8 of the pizza. Well, it's simple. All you do is you look at the numerator and the denominator and see what is the greatest common factor that can go into both. What's the biggest number that can go into both? And it looks like it's a 4. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 4, well, guess what? I end up with that. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. There we go. Same thing here. 8 is 64. What's the biggest number that can go into both 8 and 64? 8. So divide the top by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 64 divided by 8 is 8. Okay? So I'll do a couple of examples for you and you should be able to handle the rest on your own. 16 and 24. What's the biggest number? Now, if for whatever reason you can't figure out the number, you can always do this. Well, I know they're both even, so let's try 16 divided by. The key here is whatever you divide the top and bottom by, you must divide the bottom by the same number. So let's try 2. Okay. What's 16 divided by 2? 8. What's 24 divided by 2? 12. And I look at that and go, can that get any smaller? It sure can. So let's try it again. Let's try 2 again, because it's both still even. Divided by 2, divided by 2. Okay, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Can that get any smaller? It could, couldn't it? So let's try, we'll probably divide by 2 again. So if I divide this by 2, divide this by 2, I would get 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Can it go any smaller? No. Of course, if you would have caught, so I'm just going to rewrite this equation here, 60, or this fraction, and said, what's the biggest number I can divide both the top and bottom by? 8. If I divide this by 8, divide this by 8, 16 divided by 8 is 2, 24 divided by 8 is 3. You would have got it in one step. Okay? But there's nothing wrong with trial and error and dividing by 2 to get the smallest possible fraction. Okay? Now, these down here are ratios. Okay? So you might have seen these in grade 7 or 8, but ratios are just saying you get 3 parts out of the 6. Okay? Or 3 parts for one, 6 parts for the other. For example, 3 boys in a class, 6 girls in a class. 3 chocolate chips, 6 oatmeal. Okay, so you're just splitting the ratios. These can also be simplified as well. Well, 3 over 3 to 6. What if I divide both sides by, let's say, 3? So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 3. So that means if there's 3 apples and 6 bananas, That means for every one apple, there are 3 bananas. Okay? Awesome. So if you have any questions, once again, please post under math questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay? Take care. Bye.